Hi people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the channel where we cover the practical monitoring and evaluation. Practical in that you can use the skills in your day-to-day job on how to do your monitoring and evaluation and how you can lead your project successful. Nakata Farida. Yeah, and in case you're new to this channel, this is what it's all about. Kindly like and subscribe to the channel and also share my videos. So in today's videos, we're going to look at how to write a user-friendly monitoring and evaluation report. We're going to look at the structure of the monitoring and evaluations report. And first is the executive summary. This should be very short, taking up to a maximum of 2 pages, but in most cases is 1 page, depending on the size of the report. The executive summary should include a brief overview of the project, the background, the purpose, the methodologies in the study, the major findings, and the recommendations. So this is a summary of the entire report, giving a brief about all the other sections of the report. So although this section comes first, this should be written last, summarizing the entire report. So we have the background. Well, in this section, this section presents the background to the project and the monitoring and evaluation exercise, the project goal and objectives. Also in this section, you should include the purpose of the monitoring and evaluation exercise. The purpose, this explains the purpose and the scope of the evaluation exercise, the questions you intend to answer, and these all must be in line with the terms of reference. So as I explained that in the purpose and the scope, all the evaluation questions should be in line with the terms of reference in case you are an external consultant and you're going to do an evaluation for this project. I give you terms of reference. This is where you should be able to extract your purpose of the exercise. Section number 3 is the methodology. The methodology is a statement and explanation of the methods used to collect and analyze evaluation data, sample selection, the sources of data, the types of respondents, the data collection instruments. These instruments should be attached as an appendix. So this is very, I think, plain. Like in this section, you just have to include how will you collect your data, how will you analyze your data, what are the data collection instruments you'll be using, what are the types of respondents according to the project, and what will be your source of data. Is it primary data or secondary data? And if you have your data collection instruments or like questionnaires or interview checklists, you should be able to attach them in the appendix of the report. Then our section number 4 is the findings. This is a very important chapter of the M&E report. It's a factual statement about the program or the project based on empirical evidence. Findings in this section should enable critical assessment of the project or program in terms of how the design of the program or project ensured its relevancy, its efficiency, its effectiveness, its timeliness, the impact and contribution to the capacity development, and the sustainability of these results. The findings should also look at the factors that affected the program or project implementation, whether they were positive or negatively, and those that are likely to affect its success or failure. Also when you're reporting the findings, you'll be able to look at the results and their cost-benefit implications for the target group or the beneficiaries and the larger environment. Also, when you're doing your findings section, the findings should be arranged in the sections and subsections according to the requirements in the terms of reference and the project objectives. A is a comprehensive evaluation report should arrange its findings according to the hierarchy of the objectives. and the hierarchy of the objectives. I think I'll have I'll do in my next videos. You'll look at the M&E framework. I have the inputs, the activities, and the outputs. So in the inputs, when you're looking at your findings or defining your findings, you have to look at what the inputs used according to the plan, and this is efficiency, cost effectiveness. Activities, were they accomplished on time? The outputs, were the outputs delivered on time? Timeliness of the project, are they of the right quantity and quality? That is efficiency and effectiveness. Yeah, when you're doing your evaluation and reporting the findings, the outcomes are the outputs being used to deliver the expected outcomes to the users. This is still effectiveness and efficiency. The purpose is the project purpose being achieved. Yeah, when you're evaluating and you're reporting on all these chain of objectives. Yeah, and the goal is a project goal contributing to the achievement of the broader development goal. When you're doing evaluation, you should be able to look at that and report on it in your findings. Yeah, then we have the conclusion section. The conclusion is a reasoned judgment based on the synthesis of the empirical findings of the factual statements that correspond to the specific circumstances. Conclusions serve as the basis for the recommendations. The conclusion section summarizes the answers to the original questions that the M&E exercise sets out to answer without repeating the facts repeated in the results and discussion. Yeah, this section brings everything together and briefly highlights the report's most important points. In this section, you may also include a section of lesson learned. It's a new thing. Most M&E personnel adapting and projects, it's very crucial to include the lessons learned in your report. Yeah, although some reports may not include it in, but in the new format, it's very important. What are the lessons learned maybe from the project? Are there some best practices? You should be able to report on that. Then we have the recommendations, which is the last section in the report. The recommendation is the proposal for action to be taken under specific circumstances, including the parties responsible for that action. Recommendations should focus on improving the relevancy, the performance, and the success of the project or program being evaluated, as well as similar interventions in the future. They should also include suggestions for improving existing indicators or introducing new ones as needed. Yeah. So key things to note when you're writing your recommendations. When you're formulating your recommendations, you as an evaluator should ensure that 1, they are clear and specific, including the identification of parties responsible for the follow-up, who will follow up these recommendations and implementation. And you should be also able to include a tentative schedule for the implementation of the recommendations, the requirements for the technical expertise and the financial resources and logistics for these recommendations you put in your report. Yeah, related recommendations in the report should be clustered. There are logical relationships among the findings, conclusions. The recommendations, you have logical relationships between the findings and conclusions. Yeah, they should be related to the findings you found in your evaluation, and they should be also able to, when you're giving all your recommendations, anticipate the impact of each recommendation stated. Yeah, so thank you very much. Once again, kindly hit the subscribe button below the red button, and also hit the notification ring bell, so that whenever I post a video, you get it in your feed and you may be able to share and learn. So share with me how you've written your M&E reports today. Yeah, what challenges you face, what other thing would you like me to cover about the report writing in M&E. Yeah, thank you very much. Bye-bye.